All right. How I feel.
I was going to say, I'm doing great. Our guests are doing great. I mean,
great. I'm going to rejoin the room. You'd be great.
Why don't you rejoin the room and I will show you.
Lisa from the feedback.
We're going to keep everyone kind of muted here, but I'll just show you kind of who we have coming up here. So here are our guests. We've got Wilda. Is that Wilda there? You want to wave? Hello. We have Lisa from the food bank. And I'm actually going to see if Lisa wants to turn her camera horizontal for me, but when we get her on in a couple minutes, there she is. And then we'll have JJ. JJ's still muted, but she'll have some fun things to say here in a couple minutes. And I promise momentarily here, we'll have our lovely host, PG, Philip Given. He is unplugging stuff and coming back and making it work. This is what happens when we try and adjust things. So, hey, let's unmute JJ.
Hey. Oh, Strub, now I think you're frozen too.
Maybe it's the York Reds internet issue.
If you need me to tap dance, say the word.
Take it away, JJ, if you can hear me.
I can hear you just fine.
Okay. Well, I am not frozen anymore. There's me. Hello.
Welcome back.
My camera quality is not quite as good as PG's. He is on his way back in as we are reauthorizing with our internet here at PeoplesBank Park. But this is the magic of live streaming. So, again, it's a little unfortunate it's happening here right at the top, but we'll get it to work.
Chris, just go with Lisa from the York County Food Bank.
Let's bring in Lisa. Lisa, how are you feeling today?
Great, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm a little chilly as we've encountered some freezing problems here in the last couple minutes. But we are. That was a pun. I got to give myself the. There it is. Been waiting all day to set that one back up. Philip, do you need to reauthorize the internet? It's a camera issue. Okay. Hey, Wilda, let's say hello to Wilda. How are you today? Leadership York, can you hear me?
Yes, we're doing good.
Doing good. Doing better than we are here at headquarters right now. So that's what's most important.
Yep.
We are over $1.73 million raised for 300 nonprofits. And how is Leadership York doing on that? Oh, yeah, JJ's getting me to remember to hit the applause. So there you go. How is Leadership York's progress so far today?
We are doing good. We're doing a big push later this evening. So we've been going strong though all morning and having some fun as well. Some of my staff members have got me on TikTok. So check out our Facebook page, follow Leadership York on TikTok for some entertainment.
That sounds great. Well, we will have to do that. Philip,
I here?
Do we hear Philip? Can I get a thumbs up from JJ there? Are we all right?
Hi, anyone? All right, look at that. It's fine because I'll tell you exactly why everything is fine. Because Give Local York 2021 $1.7 million. 10,000 gifts, 10,630 gifts from 6,452 donors to 300 organizations. So if you ask me, Philip, are you bummed that the live stream took a couple start? I'm not, because we're raising $1.7 million with 9 hours and 51 minutes to go in the day. And that is something that every York County out there should be proud of. So, Chris, at this time, I'm going to, for real, ask that we bring in Lisa from the York County Food Bank.
All right, Lisa, you are up. Let's get her on the screen and mute me. All right, Lisa, here we go.
Lisa, how are you?
Today.
Beautiful. Now, Lisa, I've spent a good portion of my day talking about, of course, COVID-19 and the pandemic, and I think York's collective response to the pandemic. Near the top of the list, maybe I'll put you at the top of the list in your sizable, swift, and efficient response to COVID-19 to support our community. I would love if we could take a few minutes just to talk about that piece today.
About our specific response to the COVID?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that what I've seen in our community has just been how everyone has come together to support our community in so many different ways, showing the resilience and the teamwork and the collaboration. And it's about everyone, every single contribution counts. And I think that's what Give Local, and I think that's what every individual has shown us, and how together we can make a difference. We saw that it did change a lot of things, but we just had to do things a little bit differently. And while in the past, our spring campaigns for our food drives, we did construction and different contests, and we couldn't do that due to social distancing, but we approached things differently. And so this year we did our annual clothing drives and our food drives, and we let our employees choose the agencies that they wanted to support, and then we chose to deliver them on Give Local Day. And that way we're able to bring some attention to some other Give Local agencies, make those deliveries, and just show how every single contribution of time, talent, money, donation, it makes a difference in our community. And all of us coming together makes a difference. And I think that our community as a whole has just proven that again and again. And the York County Food Bank is an excellent example of how they're meeting and serving the needs in our community. And that's one of the agencies that our employees chose to support today. And we're just here today and proud to be supporting.
Well, we certainly really appreciate it. So do you want to tell us a little bit, for those that are sitting at home and may not know, obviously I know we wanted to have Megan out there. So tell us a little bit about what Wagman is doing out there at the food bank today.
We're dropping off some food donations that were supplied by our employees. So I'm here with a couple of my coworkers. If I can flip my screen.
Hey, there they are.
Delivery, and Jen Brillhart is here as well. So they help to make the deliveries, and I'm probably on the wrong side of the table to show some of the items that we have here today that we've been collecting this spring. We also did support some other Give Local agencies, including Harvest of Blessings and For the Love of a Veteran. Again, that was something that our employees had voted on to choose the agencies of choice. So it's really a community collaborative effort.
Yeah, and that's amazing. Can you talk to me, obviously you're seeing it from multiple perspectives, but supporting a nonprofit, not just individually on Give Local, but as a company, what does that mean to you? Give Local York is the only event that brings 300 plus nonprofits together. And I think that it really, as you so eloquently put it, allows our business community to interact with those nonprofits and really support them, which is obviously critical in a time like that. So first, thank you. And then second, how important do you think that is in our community?
I think that it's important the more we're engaged with our community and that we can get out there and connect with different agencies in our community. I mean, every time that we have an opportunity to get out there and get to know what these agencies are doing and how they're providing vital services within our community, it's just a great opportunity, whether it's, through our United Way Day of Action and other opportunities like this. And then on Give Local Day, I think that that's really an opportunity for people to give whatever they feel comfortable or led to give on that day and make their small contributions where they've made those connections to whatever agency that they feel led to contribute to. Like you said, so many wonderful agencies to choose from. Sometimes it's really hard. You look at the list and there's so many familiar names and they do so many wonderful things for our community. It's great. It's so easy to find somewhere to contribute to. I think we're very proud to be in a community that provides so many great services.
Yeah, well, we really appreciate you, and we appreciate Wagman today. I am going to put, if you don't mind, I'm going to put Jen Brillhart on the spot and see if we can hear a little bit about, hi, Jen, how are you? Sorry about that. But you are obviously participating in Give Local York today. You have just shy of $30,000 raised so far, which is absolutely amazing, with 9 hours and 45 minutes to go. Jen, tell us how important Give Local York is to the food bank.
It's extremely important, but it's important for the entire county. But for us, absolutely. When the pandemic hit, the need for our services grew drastically, and we have been serving everyone in York County that needs food, and we work together with all of our partner agencies. So a donation to us not only helps us, we have over 100 partner agencies that we work with that are all out there every day making sure that people are having healthy, nutritious meals. So a donation to us, like I said, not only supports us, it supports all of our partner agencies, and then in turn supports all the people out there who are going hungry, so that basically no one in York County should be going hungry right now, because we are out and about making sure that everybody has access to fresh, healthy food.
Well, geez, that was amazing. Thank you so much, Jen. Thank you, Lisa. Congratulations to you guys so far, and thanks to Wagman for supporting Give Local York today. Chris, we're going to move on
Can I
here.
do one more thing?
Oh, yeah. Hi.
I have the honor of doing an announcement for a drawing for the York County Food Bank for their next winner.
Oh, okay. Let's do it.
The winner of their fun swag bag that I'm featuring here is Matthew Klein.
Matthew Klein. Well, congratulations, Matthew. enjoy the fun swag bag. We got the clapping sound for you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, and Lisa, we have a Wagman video that we're going to play right after this. But thank you guys so much. Appreciate it.
And Wagman will be announcing our winner. We do a drawing for our nonprofit clients and past clients that we'll be making this afternoon too.
Excellent. Well, we will announce that when that happens. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good luck with everything. Woo woo.
Whoop, whoop.
Based in York County since 1902, Wagman has been supporting our community throughout our 4 generations of ownership.
Community is a core value here at Wagman. We are connecting and improving our communities with the construction of our bridges and buildings.
We also encourage everyone at Wagman to become connected to their communities where they live, work, and play, and give of their time, talents, and money, if and when they are able.
We are grateful to all of the nonprofit agencies who provide vital and life-enriching services to our communities.
Now, more than ever, we're grateful to our community providers, leaders, and volunteers. We're all in this together, and together we're making a difference.
We invite you to get engaged and learn more, give more, and get more, because we all are better when we work together and make a difference. Let's give local, York!
Well, Wilda, what do you think of that video? Awesome.
Love it. Love it.
So, Wilda, you were my test buddy yesterday when we were in this room.
Yes.
And then you once again were witness to technical failures. I'm not saying that I blame you, but
Just blame me. It's okay. I got it. That's fair.
so Wilda, hashtag leading the way for Leadership York. You guys have $7,810 raised so far for the folks at home. Tell them about Leadership York.
Yeah, so we have a saying here at Leadership York that we do what we do so that our alumni can make a difference. The other guests here today, Jen Brohart, Corey Wolf, and JJ Sheff are all alumni, as is your beautiful wife, Megan, of our program. And so one of the things I think that's really cool about Give Local York, everyone here at Leadership York loves York County. They want to inspire others to get involved and make a difference in our community. And to be able to see our alumni, whether they're the staff member of a nonprofit, a board member, or just volunteering, or just out there advocating for the causes that these nonprofits are raising money for is tremendous. I wanted to start doing shout outs, but then I'm like, I'm going to miss somebody on my social media account. So I was like, but it's just so inspiring for us. We have 6 different programs, graduate typically over 100 people a year through our programs. This year we're just over 90, but training people to give back to the community, educating them about the needs in the community, the issues here in our community, and how to connect, how to get involved. The importance of getting involved is core to our mission. So to lead, connect, train, and inspire individuals to give back to York. That's why we're here. And we appreciate the support of everyone helping, again, as an organization, we're not feeding people, we're not, kids and puppies, but, the people running those organizations are alumni. So we are here to support them in what they're doing.
Well, and you have 40 years of alumni at this point. So at every level of not just the nonprofit organizations that, certainly feature executive directors that are beside me right now and on this call, but at every level of corporate structures as well.
Absolutely.
So you have major givers within organizations. You have CEOs of organizations that are graduates of Leadership York. So I do think I understand what you're saying, that you don't have puppies, but the impact of Leadership York is tangible in this building right now and throughout the day. So the impact is truly a countywide impact. I'm looking at your page right now. I see, Craig Hirsch, one of the best realtors in York County, but also a crucial member of your team, of course. But it really is, it has to be interesting for you because York sometimes we say that everybody knows everybody, which might be true, but in this case, most of those people also went through Leadership York.
Yes, and that's what we share with our alumni, right? So I think when I think back to when I went through our leadership training program back in 2009, best class ever. At the time I thought I had a pretty good extensive network. And I went through LTP, and we hear this time and time again from people who were born and raised here or think that they really know the community. When they go through the program, they realize there's a whole other side of York. And there are a lot more people in York than we realize. And so expanding those networks, bringing people together that may never have that opportunity to meet otherwise, and helping people find a cause or something that they're passionate about, and making those connections between the people and the organizations. It's inspiring. It's what gets me out of bed every morning. And this team here, I love my Leadership York team. The staff and our board, they're passionate. They're here because they want to be here and they want to make a difference. So it's an amazing organization, but I'm slightly biased.
Oh, it's okay. Hey, before I let you go real quick, can you talk to us about is it the Leadership for Diverse Schools program?
Yes. So 15 years we've been doing this program. It is geared towards educators in the K-12, although we're extending into pre-K, but geared towards educators to help them create more diverse, welcoming and inclusive environments or communities within their districts. So it's amazing when you look at our alumni, a lot of them that may have gone through as teachers are now administrators in the schools, the differences that they're making in their communities, helping their employees better understand the diversity of the populations that they serve within their districts is so impactful. As the executive director, getting to go, because that's a program I would never get to go through as not being an educator, to be able to go to those program sessions and hear the impact and better understand our community, and how diversity enriches everyone's experiences in our community at large is just, it's been life-changing for me as well. I'm just observing that and seeing, and it's also very, we do that in partnership with the JCC. So unlike our other programs, we're learning about, we're developing leadership skills and learning about community needs. With LDS, there's also an element where we're having to look at ourselves and our own biases, microaggressions and stereotypes that we maybe project based on, how we were raised and the environment in which we grew up in. So it's fascinating to be able to just expand, provide an opportunity for individuals to safely, learn more about people, situations, the issues that this might be the first time they're hearing about them. So it's a fabulous program. I wish everyone could go through it. I know it's been tossed around to do like a Leadership for Diverse communities, but it's the same old thing with every nonprofit. It's the resources, the financial resources. So
just another reason to give to Leadership York on
Absolutely.
Give Local York today. You still have a couple hours left here. No, we have so many hours left. But Wilda, before you leave, Chris, we need a whoop because we're at $1.8 million. Where's my whoop? There it is. All right, Wilda, thank you so much. I won't take any more of your time. Thanks for all you do, and good luck today.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely. All right, Chris, as much as I am excited, I don't have any way to finish that, actually. It's just JJ Sheffer that's coming up next.
That's a great story to tell at the next slam there.
Thank you.
Best segue of my life.
How are you, JJ? Excellent. So, JJ, you are here today. You have many hats, obviously, but for this segment, we will be talking about one of my favorite events that happens in the city of York, York Story Slam. Tell me about it.
Sure. Well, I know you like props, so I brought a prop. York Story Slam is an open mic storytelling event. Takes place monthly. And by open mic, I mean it's not curated. We don't know what stories people are going to share ahead of time, but we have a theme every month, and people are invited to sign up to share a true first-person story. So they are at least if not the central character in that story. It's something that happened to them. It's not about their, great-great-grandfather before they were born. It's a story about them. They get a chance to tell a 5-minute story. And while the competition part is not the main focus, we do have a winner every time. The audience picks a winner, and those winners get to come back. The winners from every month through the season get to come back at the end of the season for what we call our Grand Slam to compete for the title of Best Storyteller in York and a really obnoxious trophy. It's a fabulous night. That's in November. And also the winners each month get one of these. The only way to get one of these, it's a really beautiful leather journal that's branded with, can you see this?
Yep.
Our logo.
Okay.
It's made by Story Supply Company, a stationery company here in York. And the only way to get one of these is to win one of our monthly Story Slams. I don't even have one of these. I mean, I have them to give to the winners. I don't have one of my own. And then, you get bragging rights. So it's a really nice way to get to know your community, other people in your community, by kind of uncovering what we have in common and recognizing and better understanding our differences. So storytelling can be a really powerful thing. And now, when we've had all this time not really getting to be around people as much as normal, or if you're like me at all, having these virtual story slams has been a way to stay connected to the community.
Well, and that's what I was going to ask. I know that there's story slams in other communities. York Story Slam has been great in a pre-COVID world. It was excellent, awesome to see people from Lancaster, Westchester come in to York, tell stories. But really, that's kind of expanded under a virtual story slam. I mean, we've had people from Seattle that have joined, correct?
Last month, we became international. We had our first Canadian storyteller. All the way in, I think she was in Vancouver.
So, but you're finding a way, I mean, pre-COVID, finding a way to connect people in a physical space in Holy Hound, pre-selling tickets. You had to be thoughtful about attending it. And we had plenty of people from out of town, plenty of people that maybe had never even been to the Holy Hound before, which is where the story slams were in a pre-COVID era. But now that we're virtual, what are the challenges moving forward? What does supporting York Story Slam today mean for the future of Story Slam?
Yeah, I think there's maybe more opportunities than challenges in going virtual. I mean, we really miss being in person, being at the Hound, and kind of the feel of that, being in the same room and connecting with people. But going virtual has meant removing geographic boundaries. So like I said, we've had people from Seattle, Vancouver, up and down the mid-Atlantic, all over the place. And also people locally who just wouldn't be able to come out to a bar on a Tuesday night have been able to attend and listen into these stories. It's also been nice for people who maybe don't have the public speaking confidence to get up in that room full of people at a microphone and talk. They can do it from the comfort of their home because we do it over Zoom now. So we've had some people step forward who might not have put their name in otherwise for a chance to tell a story. So that's been really wonderful. What else? There's no space constraints. When we were at Holy Hound, it's become a popular event, and we are really committed to that location when we get together in person. But we would sell out every single month, and we would always turn people away. And people who didn't understand that it was ticketed or that they had to get tickets in advance, who were coming for the first time, would just show up at the door, and we couldn't always make space for them, which was frustrating. So we don't have those kind of limitations being virtual. We can take everybody who signs up to be in the audience. So that's been really wonderful. I would say moving forward, there's also some opportunity when we're able to get back together in person. Two things. One, we can probably expand our programming. I think it's time. We've been doing this for 6 years now, 6.5 years, to maybe some other communities. Again, people who don't necessarily come downtown. We'd like to go out to them. And then the other thing is that we've been talking since we started in 2016 about doing a regional sort of all-stars slam with Lancaster and Westchester. We have friends in Harrisburg that run one that's part of our family. And I helped start one in Shippensburg shortly before COVID. So we've gone around and around about doing that, but we know if we do it physically, we're probably not likely to get audience members from the other towns, wherever we host it. So we're thinking about maybe trying to do that virtually moving forward, and maybe still offer 1 or 2 story slams virtually, when we don't have to do that, because it's opened it up to a lot of people who couldn't have attended otherwise.
Excellent. So if they want to give today, givelocalyork.org, search for York Story Slam. If they want to find out more about York Story Slam and possibly attend an upcoming event, where can they get more information on that?
They can find us at yorkstoryslam.com. Nice and easy. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. All the stories are archived. So pretty much every story that's ever been told at one of our events, in person or virtual, is on our YouTube channel. There's playlists grouped by theme. We have a podcast that comes out once a month and features a selection, 3 or 4 stories per month. And we'd love to have you. It's been really wonderful meeting a lot of new storytellers this year and hearing from some of our regulars. So yeah, I would encourage people. Our next event is we're always the 3rd Tuesday of the month. So May 18th. The theme this month, because we're close to Mother's Day, is Don't Tell Mom. And I'm super excited that my son is going to be our MC. We have a different MC every month, and he's MC'd at York quite a few times and also at Lancaster Story Slam. So I'm excited to bring him back over Zoom.
What do you think, Chris?
Hey, JJ, before you pop off, I just wanted to say thanks for taking the time today, and we look forward to chatting with you again later. You might remember last year, Philip and I were doing this from 8 states away, and your conversation with Philip was definitely one that inspired me and moved me last year. Obviously, you guys have a great rapport as well, and that was one of the things I remember from Give Local York 2020 was, man, I think this JJ gal is Philip's best friend, so. Just thank you for being you.
Now see.
He's like my little brother. He's the only person I know who cries as much as me about stuff like this.
All right. See you later, JJ. But JJ, you're going to be back to talk to us about K-Boss Presents, right?
At 5:00. Yep.
All right.
I'm going to jump on then too, JJ. I'll see you then, okay?
All right. Take care. Have a good day.
All right, Chris. We're going to shift to our in-person guest over here, which I can probably take off my headphones then.
You can.
Perfect. Corey, how's it going, man?
It's going great, Philip.
And he is unmuted, correct?
He is unmuted.
Perfect. All right. Sorry you were sitting off here while watching everybody over my shoulder here. So I will say Corey is the executive director of Resource York. Now, Corey, this is the description: environmentally friendly and cost-effective products for builders and artists alike. But that is like the tip of the iceberg for Resource York. So tell us about it.
Well, we do a little bit of everything. I mean, we have 2 stores that have home furnishings, home decor, building materials, supplies. We just did a mural today, so we can really do anything. There's so much creativity there that it just takes someone's eye to catch something in either store and say, I could do this with that. And we want them to do that, and we want other people to see what they're doing so they can get ideas and do it themselves and in a cost-effective way.
So obviously, since Resource York is participating in Give Local York, nonprofit organization, so can you talk a little bit about outside of interacting with stores, the impact that you have on supporting people and being a resource for our community?
Yeah, I mean, it's wonderful. I mean, I was a customer at Resource York before I even worked there. We built a stage that sits at Penn Market now before I ever thought working there, but I didn't have any money to do it. I was able to do it for about $70 with some pallets and some flooring materials from there. But I mean, we employ almost 15 people. A lot of them are program members at Bell Socialization Services, so people living with intellectual disabilities, mental health illness, experiencing homelessness. So we give them the opportunity to have a paying job that is teaching them the skills. We just went through a strategic planning process, so our goal is to pay living wages to make them as comfortable as they can be and give them skills to be able to move forward anywhere they want to go. I want to see them as my board members in the future, as future executive directors and everything, and we're well on our way to doing as much as possible to get there.
So how long have you been executive director?
Forever, it seems like. No, for about a year and a half now. I started a month before we were shut down because of COVID.
So what I will say, though, is that it's clear that you have brought some real innovative ideas to the organization. And I think that that's something that was seen in the community, particularly during COVID, because you guys definitely pivoted and responded to the needs of the community. What does Give Local York mean to you? We're fundraising today, obviously. How does Resource York benefit from our donations?
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, we just completed our strategic plan, and we've been going through so many different ideas on how to grow and how to shift and change with everything that has changed in the last year and a half. But our biggest thing is to grow the number of donations that we pick up, the amount of deliveries that we do. We're looking into things like selective demolition, to junk hauling, to all of these different things that are really important to grow our organization, to pay our staff more. And with the funding to be able to get a new box truck, even a used box truck, or even a donated box truck, we're able to do all of that. I mean, I've been up since 3 a.m. this morning because we only have one box truck and we're doing deliveries today. So I needed to make sure that outside of work hours, I got the stuff where we needed it to go and everything. So having an additional box truck would make things so much more easy for us to grow.
Well, if anybody out there is not currently supporting for Give Local York, do that. But if you also have a box truck that you would like to
we'll take two if you have
two box trucks. That's great. Corey, so you have the two stores. What are the addresses of the two stores? Carlisle Avenue?
Yes. Yeah, so it's at 405 Carlisle Avenue, right across from the York Fairgrounds. That's our home furnishings and home decor store. And then we have our building supplies and building materials warehouse at 161 East 9th Avenue. It's right up against the old Central football field. That's where most people know it as. That's our big old place, the one with the cat. People love the cat. Yeah, we love it.
And then follow you guys on social media. You're constantly posting, new arrivals, things you're working on.
Yeah, we try. We just got a brand new website this year, resourceyork.org or .com, whatever one you want to use. But it's social media is tough, but it's also fun because we get a bunch of funky stuff in all the time. So it's nice to be able to share that as often as possible. And we would love to share even more. But, when you have one leadership role and they're director of marketing, director of HR and everything else, I only get to post as often as I'm able to. So if anyone wants to volunteer on our board or in committees, we're happy to take them as well, and their box trucks.
So, Corey, before I let you go, just in our conversation, you referenced Bell Socialization. Wilda rightfully pointed out you're a Leadership York graduate. I think that you are among a group of young leaders that really lives and breathes collaboration, which is also something that Local York embodies. How important is the collaborative environment of nonprofits in York?
Well, I would say that I would get collaboration tattooed on my forehead if it would be okay and acceptable. But I wouldn't be where I am now without collaboration, without the community, people like you and Megan and so many others who have met with me and talked to me about this is the next step I should do, and meeting with nonprofits and say this, you should go through this course and you should meet this person. And honestly, the York community, the York City community specifically, is why I am where I am and will go as far as I could ever want because they're so supportive. And without that network, without trying to reach out and knowing you can reach out, you can't get nearly as much done. So, I hit on it anytime I talk to anyone, just ask questions, and this community is willing to support, and you need that support in order to get as many people affected as possible in a positive way.
Chris Strub. Corey Wolf.
Hey, we only have $300 in our
let's boost that up.
Yes, please.
Or
the box truck. That's just as good.
Chris Strub, you know what? So, Corey, Chris Strub is the Giving Day guy. So he does this across the country. No city has a Corey Wolf, Chris.
No, they do not.
There's 16 on LinkedIn, though. I will tell you that. I've tried to meet all of them, and they won't accept me yet.
All right.
I got to chat more with Corey about the social media stuff too. I mean, you can see here we've got a pretty great setup, and hopefully we've been able to enlighten some folks about your organization today. Maybe find you a box truck too. I don't put anything past the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know when you put something out there like that and you ask, especially when it's followed by saying I would tattoo collaboration on my forehead. That's the line of the day for me so far, Philip. You know, hearing something
Absolutely.
as fun like that. So,
Well, Corey, we really appreciate your time.
Thank you very
Any
much.
parting words for our fans at home?
I do have a tattoo of York County on me as well, and that is because of the Parliament Arts Organization, which is also another great nonprofit you could donate to. But
is it a visible tattoo?
It is. It's right there. Prince Street Jam, or wait, Prince Street Jam?
King Street Jam
was the reason I got that, and JJ also inspired me to get that because JJ is an amazing person.
Oh,
I don't
right.
think you can see it, but it's right there. Ask about it.
We need one of those hooks.
Okay.
All right,
Take your
Corey,
job, PG.
you're the man. Appreciate it. Chris, what else do we have this hour? It's 2:40.
What else do we have this hour? Maybe a sip of water and a deep breath. I think we're pretty much wrapped up for our 2 p.m. hour. You know what I got for you, Philip? I got a little surprise. I didn't even tell you about this before we got rolling. I'm going to play a little quick video from our roving reporter.
Oh, look at that.
And,
I'll put my headphones on.
Yeah, you can listen in and see kind of what we got going on. All right, Philip, Chris Drubb, your Giving Day Guy roving reporter status here at the Rev Stadium at PeoplesBank Park here in York. Out here behind first base now, and we're starting to see here where a lot of the nonprofits tonight are going to be set up for the showcase starting at 7 p.m. So if you're watching on Facebook, you can go onto our recent posts, onto our videos, and click Get Reminded when that video is going to go live, so you make sure you get a notification. Or maybe you'll be down here at the park and check it out in real life. So we will be streaming that as well on Facebook and YouTube, just like you've been watching all day long. So make sure you stay tuned and look forward to seeing all of these great nonprofits in our safe, outdoor, socially distanced nonprofit showcase here tonight at 7 p.m. here at PeoplesBank Park. All right, PG, back to you.
That guy looks a lot like you.
Well, we may or may not have another roving reporter segment in our next video, so stay tuned. Really enjoyed getting a chance to get some air and really enjoy PeoplesBank Park. And did, again, want to say thanks to the Revs and to People's Bank. Of course, we met Craig this morning, which was fantastic. Getting a chance to really make the most of this space today and then into the evening with that nonprofit showcase that's coming up, as I mentioned, at 7 p.m.
And we're just about $20,000 away from $1.9 million, well on our way to $2 million.
I might have something cooking for 1.9 million too, so you're gonna have to stay tuned for that. I worked through this lunch break, DG.
All right.
I was going to work, so we're making some magic. We will be back in about 15 minutes or so. We're loading up. We will have Rogers and Associates stopping by to sponsor that hour, and just all sorts of cool stuff coming. So stay tuned. If you do want to grab a screenshot of us before we take off, what should our pose be? I like that. That's good. Where's my camera? Here. There you are. And we will see you back here in 15 minutes, PG.
Oh, wow.
That's it. It's like the opposite of what normal. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon once again. We are live from PeoplesBank Park in downtown York for Give Local York 2021. $1.95 million raised with 8 hours and 55 minutes to go. 6,987 donors with 11,665 gifts. Absolutely incredible. And we thank you guys so much for your support. I personally thank you for staying with me on this live stream since 7 a.m. It is currently 3 p.m. We're going to be doing this until about 6, and then we'll come back later tonight to finish things off as Give Local York comes to a close for 2021 in 8 hours and 54 minutes. So what I am very excited about right now is that we have one of our sponsors joining us from Rogers and Associates. So we have Jeremy from Rogers and Associates. Jeremy, how's it going, man? Good. I have to say, you are the best dressed guest that I have had today, which makes sense. You are a financial planner at Rogers and Associates. So can you tell us a little bit about Rogers?
Yeah. So we're specializing in retirement. We call ourselves the retirement experts. We're located in Lancaster. We've always been located in Lancaster. We specialize in working with individuals and families.
So we're going to watch a video here in a second, but why in general is giving back to the community something that is important to Rogers and Associates?
Yeah, we're huge advocates of community involvement. So we really believe when people do give their finances to organizations that help the community, they're taking ownership in helping change and shape the community that they live in. So we just love that idea. We love the idea of giving back and taking ownership of change in your local community. You
know, Megan, my wife, runs Give Local York, and for our kids, she does the 3 buckets, right?
Okay.
Where you spend, save, and then give away. So I think that it's important, and I think it's awesome that you guys include that holistically as part of your advice, and we thank you for your support. So we'll watch this video real quick, Chris. I'm going to shut that alarm that's making a bird noise off over there. I'll shut that off. And we'll watch this video and we'll come back and talk to Jeremy.
Retirement is a journey to be enjoyed over time, not a destination. We'll help you plan for your unique journey on this edition of Project Wealth.
Project Wealth, sponsored by Rogers and Associates.
Turning retirement goals into reality takes planning and dedication. You will need to make important decisions during the phases leading up to your retirement journey. We call these phases Agile.
Agile stands for the 5 phases of retirement, starting with A, which is 10 years from retirement, and taking you all the way through E, which is when you embrace family and legacy.
Each of the 5 phases presents unique opportunities and pitfalls. Take knowledge, skill, experience, and discipline to navigate these phases. A retirement
Not to intimidate you or be weird.
Yeah. About developing an agile retirement, go to rogers-associates.com or call 717-560-3800.
So Jeremy, we all of a sudden have so many people that have joined us on set. It's like something important is going to happen here at any moment. So we're at $1.974 million. Jeremy, before I let you go and we hear from another great nonprofit, can you tell us why Rogers and Associates chose York? Why is York so important? You guys are from Lancaster, right?
Yeah, we've been doing this for a number of years over in Lancaster, and we're so excited to see that York has been doing this now for multiple years. And it seems like this year is going to be a really big year for Give Local York, and we just love being a part of days like this for the reasons that we talked about earlier. So it's just so awesome to be here. So thank you so much for having us.
No, absolutely. Thank you. Megan is behind you, so I'm sure she'll give you another. She'll give you another thank you. But thank you, and I'm glad you're probably going to be here for the $2 million moment as well.
Let's do it.
All right, man. So Chris, we're going to move on. I'm going to bring in Alexis from the Horn Farm Center.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, Alexis, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. So today, you and I are going to talk about the Triple 10K Challenge that I'm very excited about, you're excited about. Now let's get everybody else excited about it.
Yeah, so the Triple 10K Challenge is our challenge to plant 10,000 trees this year at the Horn Farm, part of a multifunctional riparian buffer. And we're also trying to raise $10,000. And on top of that, we have a $10,000 match, which means by the end of Giving Tuesday today, we're hoping to have raised $20,000.
Absolutely amazing. You were also the first and probably only guest that will ever say riparian buffer on the Give Local York stream. So I appreciate that. So for those in the audience, that may be unfamiliar with Horn Farm Center, other than maybe seeing the sign when they drive by on Route 30, can you tell us a little bit about Horn Farm and all the great work that you guys do?
Sure. The Horn Farm Center is for agricultural education is just that. We teach agricultural education here. We serve about 650 participants each year with our classes and our workshops. So everything from farm and gardening classes, composting, foraging, to kitchen classes, fermenting, how to use the products that you're growing in your garden. And what's exciting about what the Horn Farm is doing right now is that in the past few years, we've transitioned to regenerative agriculture, which means all the work we're doing here on the land focuses on how we can restore the landscape and restore the natural ecosystem as we farm and cultivate food for our own needs. So that's part of what we're doing with our riparian buffer project. This is multifunctional, which means in addition to protecting our waterways and cleaning up our waterways, we're also growing food and building materials while creating wildlife habitat and again, protecting those waterways here in York County. So it's pretty exciting stuff happening here at the Horn Farm.
Well, we really appreciate it. I appreciate the care that you guys put into everything that you do. And I will point out, as the night gets on, these conversations are fun. You guys have $16,000 raised so far of your $20,000 goal. And we've got like 9 hours left. Great job.
We're so excited about it. We can't believe the support that we've gotten from the community, not only from donors, but also volunteers. So we just had about 15, 20 volunteers here earlier today that were out in the field, even in the rain, planting trees. So we are just thrilled to have the community support that we do.
So if people want to learn more about Horn Farm and the great work that you do, or maybe they want to volunteer, where can they find out more information?
hornfarmcenter.org.
And you guys are pretty active on social media as well. They can check you out on social media.
Yes. Horn Farm Center on Facebook and also Horn Farm on Instagram.
Excellent. Well, Alexis, thank you so much. We're at $1.99 million. You're close to your goal. It's going to be a great night.
It's a great, awesome day. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So, Chris, we have Angela from the York Academy Foundation. We'll keep her on deck. We can bring her in, whatever you want to do. Let's bring her in. Angela, how are you?
I'm great. How are you today?
I am really good. And you have a guest beside us, an 11th grader. I'm sorry, I didn't catch the name earlier.
This is Paige.
How's it going, Paige?
Oh, it's going well.
That was Megan behind me. So you our kids go there. It's true. So we are at $1.99 million. York Academy Foundation and all your donors are a part of that. What does Give Local York mean to York Academy?
So Give Local York is supporting our Scholarship Plus program, which is a program for students here at our upper school to not only provide them funds for college, but to get them ready for college now. It helps them take the PSAT, the SAT, college counseling, so that when they're ready to go, they know where to go, helping them write their essays for college. Paige is in our oldest class as an 11th grader, so next year she will be a graduate, one of our first graduates.
We're graduating a class next year?
Next year. We have a graduation on our school calendar for next year. It's very
Paige, that is so exciting.
That is very exciting. I've been here at this school for so long that I'm really excited to be part of the first graduating class to graduate from York Academy. It's a really wonderful opportunity, I think, for me.
I think it's great. And, something that has been thread throughout the day is really the impact that nonprofit organizations have had on the York community over the years. And I am standing in a baseball stadium that was built in 2007 when York Academy was but a dream. And you are graduating from York Academy next year.
Yes, I am. And I'm very excited.
Very well may have up to 24 college credits when she graduates because she is a member of our of our diploma program, and students who graduate with an IB diploma can have up to 24 college credits when they start college.
That is absolutely amazing. Angela, if folks want to get more information about York Academy Foundation, where can they go, and what do we need from them? We need them to give today.
We absolutely need them to give. If you want to help us send kids to college so they can come back and help us to continue to make York a great place to live and raise a family, we need your support. You can be part of that. You can learn more about York Academy on our website, and we are also very active on Facebook. Just search for York Academy Regional Charter School, and you will find us.
Awesome. Well, you guys have so far raised $18,597, and we, for Give Local York, are about to hit $2 million as soon as somebody donates $500. So we'll get there. Paige, what do you want people out there in Give Local York Facebook land to know about York Academy that they might not know?
So York Academy is a very unique school.
Keep going. Finish this thought. I want to know, Paige.
So we are a very unique school. We always strive to, have all the students get the best education that they can. We're also very small, and something that I like about us being small is that we are a closer family as York Academy, and I love that. And we're also an IB school, so we do international baccalaureate, which is something that is very beneficial to students in the long run to set them up for life, I would say.
Well, Paige, thank you so much. Thank you for being a part of the York Academy family, and thank you for being a part of the Give Local York family, because, Chris, we just hit $2 million. Let's see all these people over here. All right, so we are going to bring in Megan. Okay. Well, we do have a puppy. Have you met Blanche yet?
I did.
All right. Talk about $2 million.
Okay. $2 million. Amazing. We were doing a little bit of calculations thanks to Commissioner Davis. And we have learned that this time last year in 2020, we didn't reach $2 million until 4:30. So we are tracking ahead of schedule. That's an excellent sign for things to come, but the giving continues. We have all sorts of matches and prizes and amazing things coming up this evening. And I want to give a big shout out that a lot of these gifts that we saw coming in during this hour, that's because this is the Dacio Lucky Number 3 hour. So the organization that receives gifts from the most donors during this hour is going to win an extra $1,000 thanks to Dacio. So thanks to Dacio for being our lucky number 3, because we hit $2 million. Thanks to all of you for giving. This is amazing. And we have just under 9 hours to go. That's a lot of time to give. That's a lot of time for you to reach out to your friends and family and tell them that they need to donate, because we are over halfway to our goal, but our goal is 13,500 donors to make a gift today. The dollars are awesome. The dollars are needed, but it's all about getting people engaged in the process of philanthropy and being generous and supporting the community today. So thank you all, but it doesn't stop here. Is that good?
Yep.
All right. Bye.
All right, Chris, they're going to have their $2 million moment over there. You and I, however, are going to meet my best friend, Blanche. It's Blanche time. So we have some guests with us from the Alzheimer's Association. I keep saying foundation. Alzheimer's Association. We've got Heather and a special friend from Susquehanna Service Dogs named Blanche. Chris is going to go mobile here and join me out on the patio.
I'm coming.
All right, Chris, so like I said, with us today, we have Heather from the Alzheimer's Association, Bethany, and Blanche. So Heather, tell us about the Alzheimer's Association and why we have Blanche with us today.
So the Alzheimer's Association helps to provide care and support for those in need through 24-hour helpline and other services we And then Lance is actually one of our team members on Team Calls and Calls. And so with being here today,
So tell us about the cause and call.
so that is our first one that I can direct you to the York Walk, which is going to be held on October 23rd at Congress Park. And Blanche has her own walk page.
So how do people find the walk?
They can visit act.alz.org/York2021.
act.alz.org/York2021. But today, for Give Local York, what you want to do is go to givelocalyork.org, search for the Alzheimer's Association, search for ALZ, probably the only one that's going to come up. So generally, broadly, for those that are unaware of the work that the Alzheimer's Association does, can you talk a little bit about the impact that you guys have on the community?
Yeah, so we're very involved in the community and trying to offer support resources to families who are struggling with Alzheimer's and dementia. So offering resources, we have our helpline, we have all different types of education and training programs, all through our website, alz.org.
Awesome. You guys are perfect. Blanche, you're the best. I'm glad you guys could share the $2 million moment with us.
That's amazing.
Awesome. Well, guys, we are, I don't know what we're doing. I think we're done with this hour of interviews. What am I doing? Is this a selfie? Oh, hi. Hi, me. I'll take this mask off here. There's two hats that appeared from the York Revolution on my desk, which means I guess it's hat switching time. So we'll do the pink hat here, which I got to adjust. It's a little small for me, but the pink hat is going to look great. All right, we're done with this. Beautiful. So Chris, givelocalyork.org, 12,000 gifts, 7,000 donors. $2 million raised for York nonprofit organization. What do you think, man?
I mean, insert your favorite superlative here. I mean, it's an incredible effort. I've got a lot of echoing going on when we bring the camera outside there, but it's incredible to be a part of, and just a testament really to each and every one of those 7,173 donors who are out there watching, listening, volunteering, spending time with these nonprofits. And, I think there's plenty of more great nonprofits for you to go check out. So as Philip's been saying all day long, this is the best day of the year to find a new nonprofit to support. That's one of the biggest things about a giving day is discovering new nonprofits like the Alzheimer's Association. Right. So take some time, look at their, pages on givelocalyork.org, check out their social media channels, and be part of this movement. 7,182. I can't even keep track of these numbers. That's crazy.
Yeah, and one other thing I'd ask you to do is go to givelocalyork.org, scroll down and look at our sponsors. Just this hour, we had Jeremy from Rogers Associates from Lancaster supporting a York event, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing to see. Please check out all of our sponsors, including Fox 43, who is getting set up for tonight's show as we speak. Chris.
Yes, sir.
$2 million, 320, and it has not rained to the level that people said it was going to rain today. I think it's been an excellent day so far.
It has been an excellent day so far, for sure. $2 million. I just want to echo quickly what Megan said as well. The money is fantastic. It's great to be tracking ahead, but today is about each and every one of those individual donors. That 13,500 number is definitely achievable. I think you and I will probably go head into the night upping that number and challenging even more people to get out. And that's the fun thing about, Give Local York and doing so much of this on the internet is you don't have to be in York to be supporting these organizations. I'm certainly going to be making my donations as a South Carolina resident, for example. And so share this video with someone in another state, in another country. Tweet out the link. Let people know about the magic that's happening right here in your community, Philip, as he walks away from the camera. magic that's happening right here in York.
Absolutely.
So much. It's really a global thing. We talked about this late last year too, right? This isn't just a York thing. This is like a, hey, world, we're York, PA, and this is what we do, and this is who we are.
Well, and it's not just Give Local, it's the events and the nonprofits that we have associated with. We heard from JJ just this hour or last hour about York Story Slam and how York Story Slam in the COVID-19 pandemic has gone virtual, and now there are participants in York Story Slam from Seattle, from Vancouver. Maybe we can get you to do one, Chris.
I had a feeling that was coming. I think JJ is going to be back here. I know JJ is watching live, so if JJ asks, it's going to be hard to say no for sure.
Yeah, and let's not forget, Chris, that in this 3 o'clock hour, not only did Give Local York cross over that $2 million milestone, not only did somebody graciously drop off a pink hat for me, we had a great conversation with Rogers and Associates, Jeremy from Rogers and Associates, Alexis from the Horn Farm Center, Angela and Paige. Paige in the middle of the $2 million, but she is a rock star. She was absolutely amazing. And then after that, I got to pet a puppy. So it was a great hour.
I mean, you thought some of those hours before.
We're not even halfway through the hour. It's 3:26 right now.
And, as I heard you mention before too, once you cross that 1 million and you really start climbing, that's when it really starts to get fun. We know already that today is going to be a successful day for the community, no matter where the numbers end up. But now the fun is, how far can we go? Well, and that's not on us. That's on you watching at home. So call a friend, send a text, and help spread this magic. That's what we're here for, is to encourage you to keep on pushing, and we're right here along with you.
Well, and I think there is certainly, not just the champagne that was popped, not just Chris and I losing our voice after hours and hours of talking. There's an energy in this building. There's an energy in York City. There's an energy in York County. There's an energy on our Facebook page and on this live stream. York gives local when it's Give Local York. Today is the day. If you want to be a big, a small donor, do it. Right now, givelocalyork.org. We've talked to so many nonprofits today. We're going to have more nonprofits on later. I promise you, there is something out there that you will be passionate about, a nonprofit that you will fall in love with, a nonprofit you didn't even know existed. Check out that full list.
Just to play off one quick thing that you said there, Philip, the energy that you feel today has really been redefined by Give Local York. This first Friday in May, I spoke to Megan. By the way, if you don't follow Give Local York on Instagram, you missed out on our Instagram live at about 4:30 this morning. As I was jogging, I was up before you, which is crazy for me to think about after our conversations last night. But what Megan told me this morning was how you guys have set a goal of wanting Give Local York Day to literally be a holiday. And, at this point, it really only feels like it's awaiting a signature, because in every way possible, this absolutely feels like a holiday to me. And I'm grateful to be here and hopefully putting this on the list for the next 40 years of my life.
Well, so Commissioner Wheeler, Commissioner Hoke, if you are watching right now, you have heard the official request from Chris Strub, the Giving Day guy, that Give Local York should be a county holiday. So we should absolutely make that happen. Hey, Chris, as we get into the under hour mark, what would your approach be to find a nonprofit that you are interested?
Well, I've said many times over the years, I have a firsthand PhD in learning about these organizations by getting to sit in this chair. And it's such an incredibly humbling position, especially today, getting a chance to once again acclimate and really meet some people and some canines. What I usually do is I'll look back at the list of all the folks who volunteered to be on our live stream today and think about some of those magical moments that we've encountered and captured and shared with the world. That's sort of my modus operandi. There's plenty of other ways to do it. Certainly I think another option, Philip, and you were touching on this a little bit before, is drawing on your own personal experiences and thinking about some of the things that have affected our lives and thinking about those who may not currently be as fortunate as we have been to get through the things that we have gotten through. And everyone has something that they've encountered, either themselves and or with family members or friends. Every Giving Day, Philip, I always look for a great LGBTQ organization. One of my good friends is Scott McIninch. He runs the Big Give in San Antonio. And I think about, Scott's a few years older than me, and how organizations, and I'm not going to remember the name of the organization off the top of my head, unfortunately, but I met an organization down in San Antonio that had helped Scott, get through, and now he's happily married to his partner. Stories like that just really get me pretty hard. Every time they strike me hard every time I hear it. So
today we met Tesla and Shannon from Rainbow Rose.
They're top of my list for sure. To know and to hear that there's an organization like that here in York meant a lot to me as an ally, and can't wait to make my donation.
Well, and I think your story essentially highlights the story. Every nonprofiteer that we have talked to today, whether they are the executive director of the organization, whether they work in marketing, whether they're just a volunteer or a board member, passion is clear in the York community, not just surrounding Give Local York, but surrounding nonprofit organizations. Take an organization, Chris, like Sparrow Place, which I will be the first to say was not familiar with. But listening to Ryan, listening to how passionate he is about supporting that organization, and then the years and years of work that they have put into it, the beautiful art that was on display, it's that experience that Give Local York really gives the platform to those nonprofits.
It's funny, Philip, to think about, and I don't want to turn this into a philosophical discussion about the power of video.
Well, we have time.
We do have some time now. It's kind of cool. And that you and I can talk all night about this stuff. But thinking about some of the societal change that we've gone through as a country, above and beyond the coronavirus over the last 14, 15 months, the George Floyd trial, that conviction in many ways came to be because of a young woman who had the courage to stand there and use her camera phone, the same iPhones that we're using here in the room today, to capture that injustice and use social media to share it with the world. And now, because of that young woman's courage, the George Floyd family has gotten that justice that they deserved and needed. And it's these kind of moments that I think help bring our society forward. I was very humbled to see the article that was written last year in the Daily Record about Give Local York 2020. And quite frankly, I think our goal today is to, blow 2020 out of the water. Donors and donations, and hopefully stream quality. So we're doing everything that we can to make that a reality.
I look great up there, by the way.
You do. I'm going to plug in my nice camera so I don't look like I'm, being held captive in Afghanistan or something. Like I got to hold up today's newspaper. I just have all the nice cameras on all the guests is really what it's coming down to. So,
Chris, one thing I do really think that you touched on is 2020. Give Local York was obviously a success, and I think that the story that you're referencing in the York Daily Record, actually, it's funny you said that. I just read that the other day. 2021, talking to the nonprofit leaders, talking to even just the Revolution staff that's around the building, I think that there is an energy and a weight that has been lifted from people, maybe even today. Maybe we're using May 7th, 2021 to look into the future and say, taking that deep breath. Because that's what we've heard from organizations that have been through the struggle of 2020 and now entering 2021. They're looking towards the future. They're not taking Give Local funds and soliciting donations to clean up the past. They're working on new projects, new initiatives to serve our community. And I think that I like to really pat York on the back for coming together, yes, in 2020, but now in 2021 to pivot, move on to the future and do it together. Because how many conversations have we had with people where we have them on as guests and they're promoting other nonprofit organizations in that conversation?
It's incredible to think about the resiliency factor at this point. I think last year when you and I were doing this, and again, now we're sitting, 15 feet across the room from each other as opposed to, 1,000 miles away. But, last year we talked a lot about how we were trying to demonstrate sort of that strength and that courage in the face of the unknown. And now I think, to touch on what you were saying, hopefully we have an idea of where we can go from here. And as Bob was telling me before upstairs, it's all about adaptation. And I'm continuing to learn here through the course of each one of these live streams that the York community is more than ready to adapt to this new future, thinking in new and creative and different ways, and really just imagining an even better future than we could have imagined before all of this horror show happened the last 15 months. So I run out of words sometimes, Philip. I know we still got a long ways to go, and I haven't talked as much as you have today, thankfully. So I got some gas in the tank, but it really is a holiday. Yeah, we've got some ambient noise coming in from our Fox 43 colleagues, but I'm just grateful. You have to just keep continuously harping on that. The gratitude, even to all of those nonprofits that are taking time out of their work schedules to either come down here and or up here on the live stream. Just that time is time that they're taking away from what they're doing to be here, and it's special to see that.
Well, and what we don't see is the work and the journey that those nonprofit organizations have taken to get to today. The organizations like Alexis from Horn Farm Center has raised $16,000 so far today. She didn't just put that Give Local page up and put her flag out and say, donate to us. Alexis has busted her butt over the last few months to get people to support her organization. And I think that's really the power of Give Local, because it gives the nonprofit organizations a vehicle to fundraise and to get us to May 7th. You also touched on creativity. To segue, I am always impressed by the creativity of the sponsors that come up with the prize ideas for Give Local York. And I know you see, obviously, other give days. I am going to try that screen share, Chris, and see.
Do you see the option on your screen there? Is it working?
I'm going to see. Let's see here. No, it just doesn't want me to share my screen, but that's all right. Go to givelocalyork.org/prizes. You now have the power, as we are over $2 million raised today, to help our nonprofits earn even more money. givelocalyork.org/prizes. Read through the sponsor prizes from Dossio, Fulton Bank, Maori, the Keep Megan Awake match, which is always my favorite. That one is passed, but Wellspan Health. We've got the White Knight High Five Prize. Check out givelocalyork.org/prizes. I think that's a page that some folks don't check out. But if you are already considering making an evening or late night donation to an organization, check that prize page, because there may be a prize that organization is competing for. While you're there, obviously there are a lot of sponsors on the prize page, but please, on the front of givelocalyork.org, scroll down just a little bit. You're going to go past the leaderboards. We've got Human Life Services and Eichelberger Performing Arts Center right at the top there, followed by Catalasso Family Health Center and Papa's House. I want to touch back on these again, but going down past the leaderboard and the recent gifts, we end up with the sponsor table. Now, when we hit the $2 million mark, about a half hour ago, a lot of the Give Local York crew that works behind the scenes was here. Megan, Bob, they're steering the ship here. Absolutely amazing job so far. And thank you to the White Rose Leadership Institute for making all of this possible today. Presenting sponsor, Chris Giant. We met with Jessica early this morning. Absolutely great to talk to her. Giant's support, not just in Give Local York, but throughout our whole community, is absolutely excellent. Legacy partners, including Fox 43, who, Chris, there's so much action happening over there.
There's a lot going on.
So if you are sitting at home and you're sick of hearing me talk, which totally get it, Turn on to Fox 43. I saw Evan Forrester over there. They got a whole crew, so they'll give you the best of Give Local York. I know they have a couple interviews that they filmed today with nonprofits that they'll be showing tonight.
And Philip, I'm going to interject on you on this point real quick and just cut you off for 2 seconds.
Please do.
As I mentioned, I work with all these giving days around the U.S., and the interaction that the Give Local York team is having with Fox 43 here today is a absolute best in class situation. We have to express our very sincere gratitude to Fox 43 for being here all day long, doing live shot after live shot, bringing the crew down. Not every giving day gets that sort of exposure from your local news stations.
Yep.
And so shout out to whoever at Fox 43 is making that decision to send the team here. Gold stars and kudos and flowers sent to you, because that is, I think, an enormous factor in the success of Give Local York, is being able to see this. I was up at 5 a.m. watching the newscast, and they've got the website up on the screen and everything. So Fox 43, you know what I'm going to press here? Really, that's something special and something a lot of other communities would love to have.
Absolutely. I'm going to keep you going on the clapping sound effect, because I do want to thank, our live stream sponsor, Traditions Bank.
I gave it away. It is Traditions Bank.
I
We love Traditions Bank. And when we sign off here, we've got a video from Traditions Bank. I think we want to play it, and maybe show them some love as well.
And we'll play it twice. Maybe we'll play it 3 times.
Hey, live stream sponsor, you get your video played several times. You know people when you're Traditions Bank. So,
but we do want to thank Traditions Bank, not just for the live stream sponsorship, but all of the support that they give Local York and our York community. Their presence here is definitely welcome, and it's a great team behind the scenes there. So we absolutely thank them for their support. Chris, it's about 3:40. I think we should take a little break before our 4 o'clock hour.
We shall do that.
After
And
this video.
I see our guests for the next stream are already starting to stream in. So I'm going to have Bobby just wave. If Bobby can hear me,
Hi, Bobby.
Just wave, but we don't get to talk to Bobby quite yet. She's coming up in the 4 o'clock hour. So you'll have to stay tuned for that. Philip, one more time, thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you to all of the donors. Special thanks to our live stream sponsor that we just mentioned. So I'm going to play us out on the Traditions Bank, the newly rebranded.
God, it's so beautiful. I love it.
It is very nice. So check out this video from Traditions Bank. Then remember to come back. You'll have to find our new live stream. The 4 to 6 p.m. stream will be in a separate video. So just make sure you have your Facebook notifications on, and we will see you back here at 4 p.m. sharp.